Tonight, our headliner is Alexis Lete. She is a model, actress, content creator, and host. She's been in commercials, worked on a film for Amazon Prime, and made it to the top 60 of Sports Illustrated Swim. She's attended George Washington University on a full-ride athletic scholarship for volleyball. She majored in communication, broadcasting, journalism, and graduated in 3.5 years. She's smart. She then went on to play volleyball overseas in Switzerland. In addition to all of this, Alexis has recently been crowned Miss Indiana USA 2020. Her main platform revolves around women empowerment and inspiring people to be bold and to work towards their dreams. Please help me give a big Sparks welcome to Alexis. Set that right there. You set that right there?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
All right. And take the clicker.
All right. It's 6:30 a.m. I wake up to head to the gym because I have practice at 7 a.m. because that's what time we have on the court. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. to head to the gym because that's the time I have before the classes start after me. I train. I hit the weights really heavy so I can produce big muscles to jump high on the court. I head to the gym to do cardio so I can get lean and tone up. I head to the gym to practice, to tie up my shoes and practice running my routes to prepare for the match. I head to the gym, I bulk up my heels, and I practice my routes to prepare for the stage. I eat healthy to nourish my body to give me results that I want to see on the court. I eat healthy, I nourish my body to get results I want to see on the stage. I team build with my teammates. We work through things. We build our minds together. We build strong together. We build relationships. I spend time meditating. I think about what I want, what my purpose is, and how I can be the best person I can bring forward possible. I put my headphones in. It's about to be game time. I get excited. I'm listening to my favorite song. I put my headphones in. It's game time. I'm about to go on stage and present my best self. We go on the court, I hit the ball, I look at my coaches. What's the next thing I should do? I do my interviews for the pageant. I call my coach after, tell her how it goes. I say, what should I do next for the competition? It's down to the last two teams of the tournament. It's down to the last 2 girls holding hands on stage. We score the winning point. We all hug each other. We fall down. We cry. We're so excited. I'm holding hands with the girl. We look into each other's eyes, telling each other how proud we are of how far we've come. They call my name. I win. I hug the girl in front of me. I cry knowing my life was about to change. These are both experiences that happened to me. One is my athletic experience, and another is my pageant experience where I became Miss Indiana USA. 2 completely different, but something is very similar with athletes and pageant queens. I know it sounds crazy, but we are very similar. My story of training is very similar. The things that happen to us is very similar. As an athlete, you're stigmatized. You're thought of as an airhead, as a jock, and all these things. Well, guess what? As a pageant girl, I'm those same things. I'm seen as an airhead, as a pretty face, something that's just there to take pictures. But I'm so much more than that. And I went to my Instagram to ask people what they think of pageant girls, or what they thought. First, I asked them what they thought of athletes and what the stigma they had around someone who would win a championship is. And that's what they came out with. They had some good answers. They said, there's someone that I look up to, respectable athlete who is one of the best. They are fearless and confident and a bad beep. I think it's really cool and shows dedication and hard work. Sports is the only thing they are dedicated to and good at, which is of stigma type, that's negative. There's some more that came out. Oh. They're arrogant, you're a stud, it's impressive, they were just born good. Ooh. Viewed as more valiant on an award, talented, they're going places. Good for them. a winner. So a lot of these are about them being a champion and being dedicated to their sport and winning. So I asked people what they thought about pageant girls or pageant queens. And the answers I got were pretty much what I was expecting to get. Materialistic, focused on looks, uninterested in having a typical career. It's for children, grow up. I can see who says these, by the way. I was like, really? Okay. Pretty, skilled, able to talk. Some of them were good and encouraging, but a lot of them were stuff that had to do with being shallow and being used for my appearance and what I bring to the table to look at, not what's up here in my mind. To go further, we have the next slide with some more. This one person said, my grandma says girls that win always have the best boobs. I'm sorry, Grandma, but I have a very small cup size, so that's not me. My stigma is that they're superficial. That's my bias. Don't think you are, thanks, but most people they think are. Some people said, I hope that they don't change into the mold that they usually change into. Some people think beauty queens are objectified. I think that you get this if it's because you deserve it and you work hard. The next slide with some more comments. Pretty much is for little girls, narcissistic, this, that, and the other. So I was thinking, these two things I've done my whole life, they're kind of stereotyped, stigmatized, whatever you want to call it. But there's one thing that I never experienced in sports that I've experienced during my pageantry and my reign as Miss Indiana USA. As an athlete, I knew what I was going to do. I knew I was going to produce results on the court. I knew I was heading towards a championship. I knew I was going to win. And I knew that my impact was through my sport and my sport alone. If I was good at my sport, I could reach more lives. As Miss Indiana USA, how can I reach more lives? By talking to more people, by being at more appearances, by doing this and doing that. When I first got Miss Indiana, I moved to a new city where I didn't know anybody because I knew the most impact that could be done was in Indianapolis. So up here, I was trying to fight for what I wanted, to contact as many people as possible, to get a mic in my hand as much. And some people, when I reached out to them, they said, why would you want to talk? Like, we don't have any picture opportunities for you. It made me so frustrated. I was thinking, you know, why was I put in this place to win this pageant? Why am I here to do all this stuff if people aren't appreciating me or what I'm supposed to do? And on top of all that, I was being told I'm not good enough constantly. I need to do my makeup better. I need to be able to walk better. I need to look at the other girls' Instagrams. Look at the other competitions' Instagrams. They're doing stuff right. They're doing stuff amazing. You should see what they're doing. You should do some more stuff like that. Oh, that's your platform? What about this platform? Shouldn't you care about this too? Shouldn't you do that? And everything I did, it didn't feel like I was good enough. And I got really sad. I started to cry and break down and was going through a really hard time where I'd have to put on a face and smile at all these appearances, but on the inside, I was just so broken. I didn't feel like I could be myself, and I was sad. And I felt like I was drowning. I was telling my friend on a phone call one day, I'm so sad here. I'm not happy. I don't know what to do. I thought this would be amazing. I thought I'd have so much support. I thought I would change the world, you know, like what a pageant queen should do, what somebody should be able to do. And they said, excuse me, hold up, back up 1 second. I was like, okay. They're like, you're Alexis freaking Lete. And they're like, do you know why I like you? Do you know why we're friends? I was like, okay, why? And they're like, you never really cared about what other people thought. You always wanted to break the mold and be yourself and think outside the box. You moved out to LA to chase your dreams, where most people in Indiana think your dreams are never gonna happen. You did all these things. You went to a place where most outcasts come to be appreciated. You went to go do that. You went to go do this. And if you can do anything, you can change the game. Change the game. I was like, whoa, you're right. And they were kind of yelling at me, so I was like, whoa, back up. I love you for yelling at me like that, because that's real. And second off, later that week, I was having another episode where I was feeling lost and alone, and I was crying and thinking, why? And I remember what my friend said, and I looked in the mirror, and I realized, I'm not gonna let the pageant industry tell me who to be anymore. I'm gonna be myself, and by being myself, I'm gonna change the pageant industry. And I'm gonna break the mold. I'm not going to be going to events where I'm just going to smile for pictures anymore. I want the mic in my hands. I want to talk. I want to tell a story. I want to inspire. I want to connect with people. I want to build relationships. I want to empower and impact. And I'm not here just to show my appearance. I could have stayed in LA and modeled out there. I could have been making so much money. I don't make any money being Miss Indiana USA. I'm not done, girl. But thank you. But thank you. And so I want to just change the pageant industry and what people think about it and the stigma behind it, because myself going into it, I kind of had some assumptions about what most girls are too. And talking to them, I realized they're humans, they've had stories, and they have experiences that make them human and make them someone that's admirable, which is why they have won. So now I feel like it's my duty to not just be the best version of myself, but be the best version of myself to change the pageant industry and change the game. So the last thing I want to leave you guys with is, what are you going to do to break the mold for the next generation? I'm working to break the mold in the pageant industry and be the best Miss Indiana USA and hopefully Miss USA that the world will ever see. Thank you.
Don't delay. Get your ticket for the next Sparks event today.